All right. How is everybody doing tonight? Don't
Does Evil
do
Dick ever
that.
come on the show? Because he gets his
He's
own
done.
card.
He doesn't watch the show.
What's that?
Evil Dick gets his own card, and yet he's never on the show anymore.
I know you guys. Actually, everybody should have had their own card because you guys have been consistent with me quite a bit. So how did everybody enjoy getting punked last night with my
cool.
fake? Oh, they win.
I thought you were guessing.
You thought I was
thought
guessing?
I thought you were guessing, and you were wrong. But I expected that they did win because of what you said.
No,
Yeah.
I kind of put it right out of my
Me too.
head as soon as she just said, "Oh, I don't know, I'm joking." I'm like, it didn't make a difference to me. I will say that it was one, if not my favorite ending to all the Amazing Races so far, and that's a big statement.
Yeah, it was pretty intense because we come back and Vanessa, like, what was it, last week, Vanessa had her hurt ankle, which was, I mean, she actually showed some, like, great sportsmanship with that. But we start off at the Roadblock, and they're in Hiroshima, and they actually have to participate in a Japanese game show.
Did that host look familiar, Justin?
Did
He
you?
certainly did.
He was our host
Yeah, he
from,
was.
from Raising Race 15, the same host we had.
He was the
Really?
Wheel, he was
Yeah,
the wheel.
we had
You
the
had
game
to eat
show.
wasabi? Is that what you had to do in yours?
Yeah,
The wasabi bombs? That was,
yeah. It was the same host.
You guys had the wheel. We had to spin the wheel.
Yeah.
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 Same.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Like, he said to Brendan, he's like trying to tell him, I said no diving, and it didn't even sound. It didn't sound like that. I love those little like Asian people's accents. It's awesome.
By the way, I thought
Oh, no
Tokyo,
diving!
I thought Tokyo looked amazing on last night's episode. I thought
Was that even Tokyo? What was that?
no, it wasn't Tokyo. It was
Osaka.
Hiroshima. Yeah.
well, they
Hiroshima,
started in
yeah, Osaka.
Tokyo.
I don't
Right?
think they did.
No, it was
And
just
so
all
they flight into
Hiroshima.
No,
Tokyo
that-
Airport?
That was Hiroshima. They went to. They went into the. Actually, they flew into the Hiroshima airport.
Okay. Why did I think there was Tokyo involved here?
It said the Hiroshima airport.
Tokyo. I could be wrong.
Then they went to.
Tokyo is equally as confusing, probably.
I've been to Tokyo. It's pretty confusing.
I just loved that
Yeah.
they spent so much time there and that everybody was confused.
You know what? I actually, like, speaking of that, I actually kind of liked how they took a moment to just stop and look at, where was it that they stopped? They
Pearl
stopped
Harbor?
Yeah.
at, not Pearl
No,
Harbor,
the,
Osaka.
Yeah.
At the Osaka
The atom
place
bomb
where,
memorial.
Site.
yeah.
Wait, can you hear me, Kaylani?
Yeah. Mallory,
Yes,
you're
we
good.
can hear you.
Well, my dad thought it was really cool. Did you notice how they walked? Because they made us do that some our season. I like how they make them walk sometimes and be kind of respectful of the
Yes.
site. We thought that was cool.
Do you think, and this is a question for everybody, after, let's say, season 13, when you're on the race, are they actually telling you can't have guides anymore? Because I saw no guides
Yeah.
and
Yes.
nobody was helping anybody.
They did.
Yeah,
They
it's
actually.
in the rules.
Yeah, it's in the rules now. You can't pay somebody to just take you around and go, like, be like your little tour guide. You actually have to ask like a different person all the time now.
You can't follow anyone.
Who broke that rule? Who you abused that rule to make that impossible for
We did.
us later
I think
seasons?
it was us. We did it. We did it
Justin,
every leg.
Zev.
Yeah.
Everybody
We
was
pretty-
doing that at that point, though. I mean,
Yeah,
it seemed like it was just getting carried away with that.
It was part of the
Yeah,
game.
it was right out. It was season 16 that they started that
Right.
rule. I think though.
Right.
Very good.
You
That's
can't
because
you can't bring anybody with you at all, even if you don't pay them.
You can't follow them. That's the rule.
You can't.
You know, I
follow
think
them.
you could actually pay somebody, but I don't think you could. You can't follow
No,
anybody
that's
more because
not the
following the
rule.
cabs became an issue.
No, I don't mean the cabs. That's a whole
No,
different thing where
guys.
you're paying a cab. I'm talking about you're on a train. You say, "Excuse me, will you? Do you speak English?" They say yes.
You
You say, "Will
take
you
a-
come with me and show
do
me,
that.
your
Yeah, you can't
city?"
do that.
Yeah. Okay.
No?
No,
You
they
can't even
do that.
have kids run in front of you anymore. I mean, it's
Right.
like the kind of thing where even running in front of you, you can get in trouble. Crazy.
I'd be in such big trouble.
You would have.
So,
Time.
so that I thought that was really nice, actually.
It just means a lot more releases.
Yeah.
So they oh, they let's see. Sorry about that. I actually pulled the clip of them being part of the Japanese game show. Sorry, I was kind of like thinking of too many things at one time. Can we play that?
I love your surfboard in the background as we're talking about Hawaii.
Oh, well, yeah, right. I didn't even realize it was there.
It really, really hurt, and it's just counterintuitive to like run off of an injured ankle.
Oh, ouch. Okay, so anyways, who else thought Vanessa was just like, I mean, come
How
on.
did she get 3 chickens?
Yeah.
They made it seem like she couldn't walk 2 feet, and all of a sudden they clipped her having 3 chickens.
I thought she powered through that. I was impressed.
Yeah, I was impressed too. She did a great job.
Yeah.
Get a lot of heart.
Yes, definitely. Ray, you've got your,
I know. I got
look at all your company. They're adorable. I love it. Hi. Everybody say hi.
Say hi, Mike.
So Zeb. Aww. And we also have Jonathan's little girl too, in case anybody wants to know, Treese, who is absolutely beautiful. So
Avid fan.
So, Treese, did you like that the Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of it?
I like when they run and then they get their chickens.
Yeah, I like the
jumping
chickens
at the
too.
chickens.
So,
I like when they fall down.
And who was your favorite team?
Me too.
I was laughing out loud at people
really
just
like
eating it. It was cracking me up.
Love it.
Yeah, but did anybody notice how big Vanessa's ankle was when they? Can we play that little clip of her ankle? Look at how big her ankle is. Like you can
That is
tell.
Bad piece of meat.
Yeah, if you sprained an ankle before, I mean, it looks like a pretty high sprain, and
Yeah,
they
it
just
really
swell up
looks
like
bad.
crazy. So it's not fun to run on for sure. So
painful.
and it's not taped either. I'm surprised they didn't tape it for her. Give her, they didn't get it taped. But she,
Treadmill thing was like the worst possible thing.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
so let's not be something physical, and then she has to run like 3 miles on a treadmill and jump and get chickens.
Yeah,
Pretty tough.
exactly. I felt bad for her on that, but she actually.
It looks like
I was honestly, I'm gonna give her credit where credit's due. She was super impressive. Like she just was like, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like,
Looks like
Michael
it hurts.
says hi to Zev and Justin.
Oh, Zeb got a little play by him. It was Justin's
Is
boy.
that one here?
I'm like,
I just
Zev
want
is
one
there.
fan,
He's
man.
just Zev is normally quiet sometimes, so we're gonna
you
get
have
him
to
talking
direct
in a
your
minute.
questions right to Zev.
Okay, we're gonna do that. So then we go to the detour, right? And then they have bingo shout out, or we have photo cutout. And in bingo shout out, it's like bingo, but it's with sushi. And they have these sushis on the like a little
Like the
conveyor
book.
belt that go by. Right, and then they have the letters on them and they call them out. And with the photo cutout, they have to take pictures behind this sumo wrestler, or sumo, or however you say it.
How
Can
technical is
I
the
tell
race
you
get
that,
now?
can I tell you to this point, I was rooting for Brendan and Rachel. It was after this when she started complaining in the cab that I just was like, okay, I'm done with you people. I get it, okay?
But I was still thinking, as irritating as they were the entire time, including this episode, that they probably did win because of what Kaylani had been saying. So I was really
enjoyed them
surprised
so
at how
much.
there had to be something at the end that would have happened, to make them, to have them finish first, in my opinion, and maybe something dramatic happened.
I couldn't
because of
believe
what
how
you
many
had said.
mistakes were made by all the teams on the final leg. Just not reading clues, not
Yeah.
asking multiple people for directions. I mean,
Right.
it's a big deal, and they just kept messing up, one after the other. So it was pretty
That
surprising to
whole
me.
skipping the leg, the challenge thing, I feel
Well,
like
we'll get
that
to
could happen.
that.
If you off at the wrong place, that could happen to you, though. You know.
We'll
Yeah,
get to
I
that.
agree.
Let's get to that in a little bit. So let's go around and see what you guys would have chosen and why with the bingo shout out or photo cutout. Let's start with Eric. You're on my screen right now, so we're going to start with you.
Photo cutout for sure. I think it just would have been a little bit easier to do, in my opinion. There's too much chance, in guessing with the sushi thing. Without even seeing what they both were, I would have done the photos for sure.
But didn't it seem like, though, when you got to the table, that the people sitting at the table could
For
help
helping
you?
you, yeah.
Yeah, and you wouldn't know that, but it seemed
Yeah,
that
no,
that was what they were there for.
they'd be getting paid not to help you because production said don't help them.
So
Just
Jonathan,
sit there.
which one would you and Trace chosen?
Trace, which would you do? Would you do the sushi one or would you do the photo one? You want to shoot the pictures? Or you want to eat the sushi and do bingo?
I want to eat the sushi and do bingo.
I would have done.
Oh,
I would have done the same only because I eat sushi and
I eat sushi.
and I would have thought, hey, maybe I would have known just by eating it regularly that where everything would have gone. So, but it seemed to me that when you're in another country and all these people are timid, that doing the pictures would be a little bit harder.
right. Lance, what about you? Bingo, shout out, or photo cutout?
Probably the cutout. I don't know. It seemed like there were parts to the sushi. I think there was some unpredictability there. I mean, anything you can control. It seemed like with the photo, you could kind of control it if you could get the people. So that's the way I would go. I just like the fact that they had the video things up. I think the race is now all technical.
Yeah, I noticed
Right.
that too.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
They're like getting rid of everybody now.
Moving that electronics from city to city must be a pain in the butt.
Mallory, which one would you have chosen? Bingo shout out?
I think we would have chosen a bingo just because we love sushi, and my dad actually knows a lot of the names of the sushi, but I really liked the photo cutout when I watched it. I would have hoped I would have chosen that.
You guys would have been good at that, Mallory.
The photo cutout,
Yeah.
pulling people in.
I wouldn't have, but my partner would
I
have.
love the enthusiasm of the Japanese. Like, I feel like it matches me well. Like, you just can't hold it in, Like, they're just like, oh! Like, sometimes I feel like that.
Zev, which one would you have done? Photo cutout or bingo shout out?
I wasn't watching at that time, so.
Blame me, dude. Yeah, it really wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah. Ray, let's see what you would have chosen. Bingo or sushi?
Photo cutout. I don't like sushi. I don't want to eat sushi. I wouldn't have been able to guess it very well, and I felt the other one you could control a little bit more, or a little more predictable, as the other guys had said.
Right. If you can control, that's always a big deal, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Justin.
I think we would have done the sushi because we would have been hungry, and we always make that mistake.
If it would have been your challenge, you'd have had to eat like 100 rolls.
I know what most of those fish are, so I think we probably would have done that.
See, I think I would have done the photo cutout only because in another language I think would have thrown me off. I would have rather try to grab people off the street and they're a little bit more timid, but then if you're a little bit more aggressive and oh hello and you kind of nod and stuff like that and kind of just go along with it.
So Treese wanted to say something to you guys.
Oh.
So the guy, he's like, I love bingo, I love sushi.
He did say that, didn't he?
He did.
Do you like bingo and sushi? That's why.
I don't think if I played bingo before.
You haven't?
Yeah.
You've got about 75 years before you have to start playing bingo. Don't worry.
Or move to Florida, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to play bingo a lot in nursing homes.
Okay, so yeah, I don't know how I know taco is supposed to be, what is taco supposed to be? It's supposed to be like octopus or something like that, but I don't know the technical names. I don't think that.
U is for uni, and I mean you get it. I mean when you look at it, you can kind of. Toro is tuna.
Yeah. So so they're at the train station. Wait, no, that's not it. So then they get to go to. This was like a long episode. I felt like this was like somebody said it in the show too. They're like this is like the leg that never ends. Okay, so and normally, you know what? I usually tell people like I kind of have it always in my mind too, like try to avoid the food task. Does anybody else feel that way? Like you try to avoid doing the food stuff as
Well, it's
much as
not like Fear
possible?
Factor.
No, but there were
Yeah.
some times, there were some series that they had some really disgusting things that you had to eat.
Yep.
Made it really difficult
I,
early on.
I remember in season 4, you actually went to Thailand and you were actually eating squid. You were actually eating squid that was still alive and sticking to your tongue.
Ew.
It was like octopus still kind of going.
It was Fear Factor.
No, baby Fear Factor.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
isn't
but
your don't you feel your adrenaline is up? I mean, don't you guys feel that like it's not you're not even going to taste it if you're in that competitive mode. You're just going to jam it down your throat and you're going to move on.
I'm with you.
I mean, that's usually what
Well,
happens.
they did in our season. They had 4 pounds of meat that you had to eat that was
Yeah.
disgusting.
But that was
Depends
the
how
worst.
much.
That was one
That
of
way,
the
everybody was
worst
puking.
things.
That was
Yeah.
it was you couldn't do it. Even
Well, that was
you,
the famous.
now it
All you
says
guys
you-
take the penalty, and that was brilliant, and it worked out.
there wasn't.
Well, that's because Rob got more than 2 people to go along
That's
with
not true. Everybody
No?
was asking the same question. They just everybody figured that out. But
They just gave Rob the
focused
edit.
on yeah, that's it. Everybody knew. Yeah, and he figured it out as well. But that's the question everybody was asking.
I actually liked the little sound effect that they used for the photo thing. Can we do that show that little clip?
the sumo.
The somo. I don't know. Get in there really quick.
I got him right
It's a
here.
free
Come
picture.
here.
It's a game.
Right
It's a
here.
game.
Rachel, you're losing
okay,
people.
Okay, here we go.
You can't.
One.
Come on, buddy, get in
Here we
here.
go. Here we go.
kidding me?
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
There's one.
You need to work charisma. Thank you. I love that. Sumo. I have to say that every time now. Anyway, so let's see. Then no. What's that?
I was going to say, when they're going
What?
through and picking all the people, it was very interesting to see everybody's reaction because they kept trying really hard and eventually they got just so aggressive that they were just placing people in the cutouts. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way you got to do it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. It's $1 million. So
At that point,
I'd be like, get over here. And let's see. Oh, Art and JJ couldn't find the pit stop. Does anybody and neither could Brendan and Rachel. I don't
Were they at the pit stop then, or were they at a totally different location? I thought they were at a totally different location when that started.
no.
No, they were there. They should have searched the grounds. It was just it was a big area. So Phil wasn't right at the
Sometimes it's
castle. He was
confusing.
somewhere to the side.
Sometimes
Because
it's
Rachel
confusing,
and
though. It's
Dave had
little
a
harder than it
problem
looks.
too.
Yeah, I was wondering what was going on with that because I would have thought, I mean, it did say the castle and then nobody could find it.
They were tucked away between these 2 trees next to the castle.
Yeah, they've done that times. I mean, I don't think that's new. That's just search the grounds for Phil. So that's pretty normal.
But sometimes it does take longer than it looks like on TV to find out exactly where they are. I know in our
they were
season a couple of
sweating
them were
really
really
bad, like
complicated.
Yeah. But that, I don't know, that 11th leg was pretty intense. I like that a lot. And then so they went over to Honolulu and let's see, they went to the Twin Towers.
Wait. What about the ferry ride? I'd like to know where they were sleeping that night because you have
I
that ferry ride.
guarantee you,
gosh.
they did not expect them to make that 11 o'clock ferry. I guarantee that they did not think they were going to make that, and they all expected to end up at that spot. Production just didn't catch it. That
Yeah.
they'd be there at that time.
And then they checked into the hotel and it was just like, do you have a room? And all of a sudden there was no Japanese, it was English. It was like, yes, we do. And I'm like, wait a second, where are we?
Yeah, they got lucky on that because, everybody else probably slept on the floor.
Yeah, but when you're
And-
running at night, you know it's got to end at some point. You know you're not going to end up going to a pit stop at night. So it
I
just was
want to
inevitable.
point out season 2, the Cha 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 people walked through the whole season because they understood that there was all of these time delays and catch-ups.
Yeah. Anybody?
Well, I enjoyed the ferry ride. I enjoyed the bullet train. We're making them go on different forms of transportation, which translated really well visually. At least
You know, there was a lot of traveling this particular leg too. It was a lot more reliant on the cabs as opposed to some of the other legs where everything seemed a little more closer together. It just seemed like they had a lot of places they had to get to, and it was more difficult.
It always comes down to when you get out of the airport, who gets the first cab. That first cab really does set the pace for everything.
Yeah, definitely. Who else did anybody else like have to take a like long cab rides like that? I mean, that they did depend on Mallory. You guys got screwed, right? Like,
Yeah, totally. I mean, and the thing is, it didn't show in the edit. We got in another cab in the beginning, and this woman said, "Oh, why have we wait for this cab for an hour?" And so I was like, "Come on, man, let's get out." We got in the next one, and it was just,
Oh, that's horrible.
yeah. Oh well, wasn't meant to be.
yeah, we
Someone
we
just
kind of.
dropped.
I think so. Zev. I think maybe Zev.
I don't think that's an accident.
I don't think so either. He always just kind of sits there like, oh, there he is.
Yeah.
All right, so they went to downtown Honolulu. That was freaking awesome. That whole, what was it? They used like those mechanical ascender kind of things to get themselves up, and
Yeah.
They
Like,
should have done. They
that
should
looks
have done
hard.
a switchback for that.
That's what they're called.
Because they did that in season 5. If you remember, they went up the side of the
Erica
of the big
Dunlap.
wall, and nobody could get up. They had to use their own weight.
No way.
I do remember that.
So
I mean, like obviously, like the guys probably would have had a little bit of an easier time on that. Do you guys? I mean, Lance, we know you with your whole 50-pound bag. You would have like rocked that.
wait, but not really. The women are lighter, so it would have been just as easy for them because they're that much lighter.
But
It's still a
upper
physical
body
thing to
strength.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a total fear thing anyways.
Yeah.
Fear?
I mean, they made them both do it, which was
Heights.
cool.
Walking
Because,
down,
like-
the rappelling face down, that's the part
That
that
was
would have.
cool.
That part was.
I would have went pants on that one.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did on M15 and ours, Justin. They did the rappelling face
I
down,
know.
but only
Believe me,
one
I
had to
remember.
do it, and they got an elevator ride up.
Yeah. So
they
would you
only
guys rather rappel down that building, or would you rather bungee jump?
Oh, bungee jump.
Rappel.
Really? I'd rather
Wait.
rappel.
Bungee
What?
jump, you're done like before you even open your eyes.
Bungee jump?
Wow.
Eric, which one? Bungee jump or rappel?
Okay, Lion's got experience in that.
Yeah, I think I'd probably rather rappel. I mean, I think it'd be quicker. I mean, bungee jump, they have to raise you back up. I mean, you kind of just, when you're rappelling, you go pretty quick, your own pace usually. And I'm not sure about walking down the side of the wall, but a lot of teams seem to get away from that and just kind of went sideways and just, fell pretty quickly. So,
Yeah. Justin, which one would you rather do? Rappel or bungee?
Neither. I don't want
Neither.
to choose.
Heights.
They both sound absolutely terrible.
He's not going to bungee jump on on both those seasons, Justin. Jesus, man.
And I'm going to say that no matter what the Amazing Race throws at you, it's not fear factor. So it's so much easier.
Yeah, definitely. Mallory, which one would you rather do?
I guess bungee jump. I'm not afraid of heights, so yeah, I would do either.
Have you bungee jumped before?
I have. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Dare I ask Zev? Zev, would you have bungee jumped or rappel?
I gotta have Zev would rather bungee jump without the cord.
To get out of the show right now? Then yeah. I would have repelled.
Oh, I think, we did spelunking on the show, but I think I don't know. I've already bungee jumped so many times. I think I would rather, I want to do that facing down thing, walking down the wall.
That gives you a lot to think about. When you're hanging down there and you're looking down, I mean, you just jump off. When you're hanging, you're looking down and you're starting to...
A little bit more that way too. I think that was
Yeah.
really a cool thing to do. I would.
Yeah, but you can't feel comfortable. I mean, as long as you are walking down that damn building, you're like, is this thing gonna hold me? This little piece of
Right.
nylon strapping and rope. I mean,
I
it
think
And
it's,
still
did
has to mess with you.
I think
That
it's
was
so
a
much
bungee jump too,
easier.
though.
So much
Yeah,
easier
for
than
sure.
bungee jumping. So much
for
easier.
the guys, but for the guys, I think it would have hurt because, like, I think who was it? I think Brendan. They like he was kind of sideways instead of against the wall, and you could see just the strap going up like a G-string.
I
That I mean,
guarantee you,
that would have
they
hurt you
lower him
guys.
down like luggage. All those people were lowered down like luggage. I guarantee it.
I agree with you.
They are not
You
necessarily
think
running the
so?
building. Yeah, I mean,
No,
it's
no,
that's
no.
the
Yeah, you're right.
no, they are. This happened our season. They didn't. There was no skill involved. They hooked you up and they threw you over and they
And you
lowered
drop
you down
down.
like a luggage.
You really?
They were freaking out a lot more our
Much easier than the
season.
other one.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. I don't
But
know
it's a
about
fear
that.
thing. It's a fear thing.
Yeah, more of a like a heights kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
They,
pretty crazy.
I liked it.
That's a-
I
Yeah,
felt
it's a
like
cool challenge.
yeah, it was just a neat one. Like
And just what Eric said. I mean, Art and JJ totally blew it. They couldn't find it, and they looked like they
Yeah.
were out of it at that point.
They blew the
Yeah.
whole seat. They blew the whole leg and the leg before. So,
And they still finished
Yeah.
second.
yep. That's because That's because she was whining right to the end.
I couldn't believe. I mean, yeah. I mean, back to the way Rachel was. I mean, I would have probably punched her. I mean,
Yeah.
I swear. I mean, I could not deal with. She wouldn't run. She was just moping. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I would
And
have.
it's just not entertainment
mean-
to me. That wasn't
Yeah.
fun to watch.
But
No,
they
it
never.
was brutal.
So wait, you know what? I think they did something for us. You guys want to play the clip of the entire season of what Rachel's
God.
season looked like?
The last episode was the worst by far. I mean, come on, you're in the last leg.
Rachel felt the pressure of the race early
Things under pressure.
and often.
I wanted to go on a trip around the world with my best friend. Amazing Race is supposed to be fun and good. Extension.
That's the
I can't
that's,
take that. I can't
That's
take
the
that.
summary for them of the race. Does anybody know? Okay, so it was kind of funny because last night on Twitter, because I didn't get to watch the show last night. I actually had to watch the show today. So I was kind of checking Twitter to see what was going on because I wanted to like kind of make sure. And it was so funny because I don't know who's crazier, her or her fans, because I was making a point, it's not her that bothers me, it's all the whining. It's like, it's just excessive and too much. And somebody goes, who's whining? Nobody's whining. Does anybody know the technical terminology of whining, or am I totally off on what whining is?
I like watching a train wreck as much as anybody else, but I don't want to sit there and hear the train squealing all the way down the track. And that's what it was to me. There's a big difference. It wasn't fun.
No, it wasn't fun. And what I don't understand is I didn't watch Big Brother, so I don't really know how Brendan was.
I did.
But does Brendan ever take a stand? Does he make? It seems like he says a couple things and puts his head down like a little kid around her every single
He's
time.
either the most patient person in the world or just a pushover. One of the two.
No, he's a pushover because it's
Definitely not
sad.
the most patient person.
No,
Nobody
I
can
just-
put up with that.
you know
Nobody's
what?
the same.
He does.
What do you guys?
don't
What
get it. I don't
What do you
get it
guys
with him.
think? Well, if you were in the position, make yourself him. Who? What would you guys be like in your own eyes?
I guess it got him to third place, so I don't know.
You know what?
I don't
I'm
understand.
going to say this and probably get
That's
into a lot
strategy.
of trouble, but, Victoria and I were very similar to that, except that I was not Brendan. I was over the top, but she kind of did the same thing through my season.
Victoria wasn't like that. Not that bad. She wasn't
Not that
whining,
bad.
crying all the time.
But that was my frustration. What he didn't, I reacted different to that. What he reacted to was just flat. When she would do that to me, I would get so mad. I'm like, let's go, it's $1 million. And the cameras were there, and that's why I
Yeah, I know.
got the
What does
attitude
Brendan
I got.
say?
That's why you're on Dr. Phil.
Is Brendan witty at all? I mean, I haven't
No.
heard anything all season from him that's like even remotely like funny or anything.
He wants to quit all the time. He wants, okay, let's just give up.
Yeah.
That's good TV? That sucks.
No, she's
Yeah.
a good television, not him.
I don't think
Yeah.
she's good television. Irritating isn't good.
Nobody else is
But
that-
Ray, she's memorable because that's the way she acts. I mean, that's what, whether she's annoying or not, people are still talking about her. I mean, I
Yeah.
agree with you. Like,
Yes,
I can't deal with it, but it's like, I wouldn't deal with it at all. I would,
turn away when she's on the screen doing that.
yeah.
Yeah.
can't.
Well, it's, like I don't. It's not an act, you guys. That's actually how she really is. Like,
That's the
Just in
sad
day-to-day
part.
life.
That's
that's how she is in real life. So it is. I can vouch for the fact that it is 100% not an act.
Yeah. Well, you can't act on the race at that point. I mean, there's just 24/7. Eventually, you're going to break down.
Them being romantic.
No.
Not after seeing her slide down that hill in that sled. I'd have to think of something else, man.
Oh, you know what? That's on the sled. Rachel, the other Rachel, did that in like 2 tries. She like
It didn't
that
look incredibly
girl-
hard. I mean, it looks like you could get the hang of it, even for, what was it, did Art do it or JJ? But I mean, it seemed to be a pretty simple balance after a couple times. You could figure it out.
Yeah, it took him
How many
20
times?
tries.
How many?
He
Yeah,
said-
that's the thing. You don't know.
Well, he said it was at least 16. He goes,
16,
he's on his
they did
16th
more.
try right now, and I think that's when Rachel and Dave got there. So he was doing it for
But
at least
how
a
long
couple
do you
more.
think that paddle was, though, for them to get all the way to paddleboard there,
was
and to
hard.
That's
paddleboard
a-
all the way back, and
Paddleboarding
down?
takes a while. It was a pretty big,
Okay.
area too.
Paddleboarding
It looked like
easy.
pretty
I
distance, yeah.
paddleboard and I love paddleboarding. That was an awesome. I was like just envious that they got to do that. That was amazing.
How
And
long do you think it took them?
it probably took them like maybe 20 minutes to a half hour. It didn't
Yeah.
like honestly it didn't look too crazy hard because it was just like past that little area.
I mean, does
If there
anyone
was
care?
waves, what?
Care
Is it,
about what?
I was going to say, does anyone care to read, like, I know they do the after interviews on all those crazy reality sites. Did those guys do any interviews and say how long they actually were up on that hill, doing that? Because the hill wasn't long. It looked like you could run up for 5 minutes and do it again. I mean, I just don't know how long they were there.
I bet you
Yeah.
go sledding again.
Well, I know that somebody said that Art and JJ arrived 20 minutes after Dave and Rachel arrived, and then Brendan and Rachel arrived 40 minutes later.
Wow.
So
I wonder how long they would have won by had they go back.
what had they done? What?
I wonder how Rachel and Dave would have won by in the end. That had to have been one of the biggest wins. What's the biggest win ever, Jonathan?
Wait, say it again.
The biggest margin.
What's the biggest margin of a win?
That's pretty hard to tell because the longest margin they don't tell you, and the shortest margin, I mean.
They try to make them all look short, so it's a little more exciting at the end in the editing.
Yeah, so it looks like it's head to head.
1 and 2 normally come in close. Third is normally just so far out there, whether they're an hour or whether they're a day. I mean, look at season 1; they were 24 hours in back of 1 and 2.
I mean, other than Kaylani saying they won, I would never have thought for the life of me that they would even have been competitive because they never showed anything that they could win a leg to begin with. The only thing that made me even interested is because Kaylani said that. So I thank her.
Wait. What are you talking about?
I'm
Brendan
talking
and
about,
Rachel.
Yeah, Brendan and Rachel winning the whole thing.
Well, you could perform, try to win the legs, or you could just try to not be eliminated. And I think that's what they did.
I don't think that she's a stupid girl. I think she's actually a very smart girl. She just whines through everything. If you listen to the way that she corrects Brendan, she's always right when she's correcting him.
Well, I mean, if you look at Brendan or Rachel, if they would have taken a taxi to the baseball field and would have walked, they easily could have won because Rachel and Dave went the wrong way and ahead of Art and JJ at that point too. So they could have walked to the finish.
And I think Eric said it right, that they so many mistakes on this end show. And I don't think we've ever seen that many mistakes.
No, you didn't know who was going to win. It was up and down. It was changing every commercial who was in the lead.
Yeah, especially on the final leg. There was like Art and JJ, like you didn't get in the cab and read the clue again, knowing that you didn't know where you were going. Like, I mean, I remember like us trying to like read the clue and read the clue again and read the clue and read the clue again because we didn't want to take the chance of. Did anybody else do that?
Well, Mr. Canoe is a master of the clue read. Yes.
Justin, are you really?
Yes. He's a
No, I
known clue reader.
I think I had one good moment the very first leg, but other than that, it's mostly Zev that really takes the time to look at the thing. I'm in a straight up blackout panic most of the time.
I have to say that I guarantee you that from season 1 to 4, 4 to 13, or 4 to 9, and then 9 on, that the additional information is different because the whole shape of the game is completely morphed in sections of 6. If you watch the different sections, you're like, oh my God, this isn't happening and that's not happening. So the additional information has got to be telling you what you cannot do, basically what your restrictions are down. I mean, they don't even give you a lot of money. When we ran it, they were giving us $200-300, and we would be like, okay, what do we want to spend it on? Now they give you next to nothing and know that there's public transportation is going to cost $8 and you'll have $1 left.
Hey, John, I got a question. Have you watched this series more than once, each of these? Do you remember all this stuff from watching it one time?
I've watched season 1 through season 7 more than one time, and then season 7 on I've only watched once. So.
Has anybody here actually seen every single season?
Yes.
No.
I've seen every season.
I've seen every season.
Most of them except for like before like season 10, I haven't seen much of that.
Mallory, what were you saying?
My dad's seen every season. I haven't seen every one of them.
How many have you seen?
Me?
She's watched her own. She's watched her own a couple times.
No, I haven't even seen all the episodes.
Ray, how many have you seen?
You know, I got bootleg copies when we were going through the interviews, and I didn't see it at all before we started the process, but I watched them in the hotel room where we were sequestered. Mm-hmm. So I think I saw some shows, but very, very limited in the middle after we were on. And a little bit of each one, but not the whole series.
Zev, how many have you seen?
35.
There's not even 35 seasons.
There's not there. I think I've seen everyone.
I mean, I think you're either a true fan of the show or you're a true fan of the race, actually running the race when it comes to the contestants. Because I always say the race that I ran isn't the race that was on television. And the race that I ran was unbelievable. I had a great time, everything about it, the hotels, the free food, all the things that I tried to just kind of skate around was all fun for me. And I'm sure it was for everybody else. But then you see it on television and it more or less looks the same and it has almost the same edit except for season 4, which has got a completely different look to it. And so, I mean, you're a fan of the race or you're a fan of the show.
Yeah, I agree with that. They end up, Rachel and Brendan end up from the shave ice. Instead of running across, we determined that, there's still a chance that they could have caught up and won. But I feel like I missed something, like why she freaked out on him so bad. Like, do we have that clip? Because it went from like just being upset about,
Did you vacuum?
I think he talked back to her.
No.
I don't know. Like, can we play that clip? Like I missed something.
No.
Hey, Keith, you turn down a tiny bit, please.
You.
Come on, sweetie, what are you doing?
I'm coming, Brendan!
You not want a dog?
No, I don't. I'm trying my hardest.
Let's give up then. Let's give up.
Why do you always say that?
Because you're walking. This is the final leg for $1 million.
Brendan! My knees hurt, my legs hurt. What do you want me to do?
Oh my God.
I hate you right now. You're blaming this all on me.
I'm not blaming anything on you.
It doesn't matter. We're already in 3rd place.
You don't know. Why don't you just shut your mouth and run to the helicopter with me?
Damn you, I hate you. Take it.
That sounds like the reason.
You see what I mean?
That's a
How
bad.
can you watch that? You like that, John?
That was reality gold.
I would have broken up with her right there. I said, we're done.
No. I would have pushed her.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would have at least taken her bag and said, okay, run now. You've got less to wait. I mean, make her run.
I
Well,
mean, that
you
was
know,
annoying, and she was annoying. At the end of the day, I mean, what can you do but turn around and go, he said it. It's $1 million. Run. I would have been like, move it.
I just hate
yeah,
to see people not appreciate it, like we keep talking about. I mean, that's an awesome thing
Yeah.
to get to do, and for her to just be moping around, I just
Moping
hate it.
is an understatement.
You make it to
Yeah.
the final three, and then you have the nerve to say whatever that dialogue rant was about.
We're in third already. Nah.
Yeah, my leg hurts, my foot hurts. You
There would
after,
have been
know,
you
a
know, and it looked really, really bad too because Vanessa just finished a challenge with a sprained ankle.
yes.
Like, you're going to sit there and complain about your body hurting? Like, really? Somebody just, like, yeah. Somebody
She's a
just wrote
so,
in the chat room.
yeah.
she's a
Somebody was
sore sport,
legitimately
sore
injured
loser,
and they
sore
hustle.
loser.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all it is. You know, there's people that can't lose. You got to lose with grace, and you got to win
Right.
with grace.
But the Amazing Race is supposed to be fun and good.
When I got to
To make this would be fun. I mean, come on.
Good and good. I like
Yeah,
that part.
and good, right? It's
Oh, it's supposed to be
evil.
fun and good. I wanted to race around the world with my best friend.
that was the best line of the season.
That actually, yeah, I think that was. And then so we got go to the helicopter ride, and they get to play the Hawaiian games. We talked about a little bit about that. What was the other thing? Where were we? Oh, and then okay. Dave and Rachel, obviously. The biggest obvious one was like you set another record of being the only person to miss a roadblock on the final leg. Like, ouch.
Well, wait. When they ran in,
Mallory, what are you doing?
the look on
I don't know if
everybody's
it's
face,
singing.
that was classic, and that was a first, and that was original.
That was a crazy moment.
Spins. Sorry.
Watching them come into the finish line, that was pretty amazing, and seeing everybody's reaction that they made a mistake. I mean, you can't get any better than that for the last episode.
Yeah, I really wish it would have cost him the race. I mean,
Me
at that
too.
point,
Me too.
at that,
Me too.
I really wish that Art and JJ would have been able to complete the challenge, and actually, you would have seen, that it actually affected it to where they lost. I mean, that would have been
True, but I didn't
a
want
great
Art and
end to the
JJ to
episode.
win.
No, I didn't either. But I just feel like, like Justin said, it's something you can easily do is, miss a marked path you're not looking for, and then you see, you don't see it in our my All-Star season, but Danielle and I did that in a later leg. We went right to the mat because we could see Phil, and we skipped the whole challenge, but nobody was by us, so it didn't
let me ask you a
affect us at
question.
all.
I did
Let me
that.
ask
I
you a
did that
question,
on my
Eric.
Oh,
episode
really?
as well.
I don't.
How are you and Danielle? How are you guys cast? Did casting come at you guys? You guys
No,
a legitimate
they casted
couple?
themselves.
We dated after we met on our season, and we dated, and we were like, I think that Jeremy and I have the record for the fastest hookup on Amazing Race with girls. I mean, like second episode, we were.
How with her?
Was there ever an opportunity? He understood. I mean, what it was. I mean, it was my idea to go on the show. I mean, I wanted to do it with him. I felt he deserved the chance. But that's not what they wanted. I mean, they wanted a different dynamic for it. And Danielle and I had dated. We were not dating at the time, but they didn't really know that. We had a kind of a
I
fast
think that was brilliant.
relationship.
So you told them that?
No,
You told
we
them you guys were
had,
dating?
we were dating. We
Did
dated.
they know that?
They knew we dated, yes. When we had won a prize to go to California, and we had seen Lynn out there. It was Jeremy and I and Jeremy's girlfriend and Danielle, and so they knew we were dating. And then they knew I got up to New York for a little while with Danielle, and it just kind of worked out that they were aware just through the small circle that is reality TV that we were dating. And then All Stars happened to happen a year after my original season. And so we had recently broken up. I think we stopped talking in July. Things kind of fizzled out, and the casting process started in maybe August or September. So we just kind of went with it.
So was Jeremy upset?
If he says he wasn't, I couldn't believe him. I mean, I think he was a little bit. I mean, I know I'd be heartbroken too. He wasn't really. He doesn't really feel about the race like I do. I mean, he thinks it was like a good experience, but he's not. He could take it or leave it, honestly.
As I said, you're either a fan of the race or you're a fan of the show.
Yeah.
Or you're a fan of reality TV, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
See, yeah,
there's a
that's
million other shows that for reality television.
that's a good point though. I'm sure some people I think just like to go bouncing from reality show to reality show just because they really want to make it, but they don't want to put in the effort and the work that like other actresses and comedians like to do to actually make it. So they become just wanting to do that, or like hosts. I mean, hosts work their asses off too, you know.
Like you.
Really has its hard.
He spoke.
Zing.
He did.
What did he say?
He always has a zing every
Hey,
time
when
he
he
speaks.
when he speaks, it's well worth the wait.
Yeah, it is.
Like Gandhi.
But let's I actually kind of like the whole thing, like the whole chemistry at the very end. It kind of explained a lot of like where the when David and Rachel arrived at the mat. It kind of explained a lot of like where the tension came from. Can we just play that last little clip of them? I like this. I
Rachel and Dave, 5 continents, 9 countries, 22 cities and more than 36,000 miles. Rachel and Dave, you are the winner of the $1 million and the official winners of the Amazing Race. Congratulations. You guys are now the official record holders of the most number of wins on the Amazing Race. 8 legs on the Amazing Race these guys won. So tell me about it. Was it worth it?
This race has been just amazing. I can't even tell you what it's done for our relationship because when Dave was gone for a year, it was so hard. And I really didn't know if we'd make it because it was so hard when he was over there. We had no communication. It was the worst year ever. So it was awesome to spend a month together.
I have a newfound appreciation for who my partner is, who my life partner is.
I feel like this race has really brought us together, and I couldn't be more grateful.
You know, clips like that are the reason that we win the Emmy every year. And that storyline, they should have built that up a little bit more, I think, during the season.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I will say that the one good thing about them winning is that, number one, they are a record holder, and that's pretty hard to do. Male team, alpha male teams, and CBS and Bertram are probably jumping up and down that they have a male-female team that actually not only won the race, but actually has a dominated force in it.
Right. Yeah. No, I thought that was really sweet, and it like. Right, somebody keeps a lady is sitting next to you, and is it your race partner?
This is Mandy. No, that's not my race partner. Maybe the next time.
And they want you to do the race again.
She needs to get on a show as well.
Nice work, Ray.
Thanks, Eric. Somehow, Eric, I knew you'd appreciate that.
Ray, am I missing something?
Well, not yet, but we'll talk about it at one of the other reality events. And Eric, maybe we'll see you in Celebration. I think we're going to go to that.
Okay, bring her sister.
Wait.
She has a pretty sister. She's blonde.
Gosh, Eric. Come on, Eric.
I am who I am.
A for effort, right?
So I think we have a video mailbag. Let's go to the video mailbags. Please.
Hi guys, it's Michael Blancato. Very sad to see this is the last RTV Zone of Amazing Race recap. Kalani, you do a good job, by the way. And I am glad Brendan and Rachel lost. And my question is, would any of you guys be able to do the Japanese game show? Thanks.
Good question.
All right, Eric, you're on my screen. You're up.
I would kill the Japanese game show. It's not even. I'd be done with that quick. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, it's a treadmill. It's a treadmill. It had to jump. I could have chewed gum while I did it too. And that'd have been fine. Been perfect.
Lance, you're on my screen. You're up.
Yeah, I mean, rock and roll. That was a treadmill. I mean, let's put it in perspective. And you got to not only, they made it so easy where you could just take a shot, grab a chicken, fall off, then go all the way back with your chicken,
you should have to
mind
do it
you.
all at once.
If you had to do it all at once, I could see the difficulty. But yeah, you just had to rock and roll a treadmill.
You know, I think though I might have had trouble with that because I'm like a foot shorter than a lot of people.
Well, they would have lowered them
I
for
really
you.
think.
They were lowered
No,
for
they didn't.
what's her
Yeah,
face.
Lowered for no Vanessa. I
They were
paused
lowered.
it.
They were not the same height for Brendan as they were for Vanessa.
I
yeah.
There's no way.
really do
So I was
wish
looking at
Zev
that.
had
Well,
to do
yeah.
that. I would have.
I
You
really
guys,
wish Zev would have had to do that.
I know.
I would love to have seen
Zev,
Zev do that.
you would have been
He
awesome
would have done it. He
doing
would have been fine, but it would have been freaking
slaughtered that.
You know, I do it in the airport whenever I'm in the airport 'cause I'm always running up the escalator in the wrong direction. So that's all it reminded me of. If you can beat the escalator up to the top, you can do that.
It did look hard.
Yeah. Ray, what do you think?
It did not.
Well, I'll be honest. I missed that part of the show yesterday, but I saw the clips of it, and from what I saw, I didn't think there would be any problem at all. That would be.
I think Mallory goes to the gym and falls off the treadmill every day. She's like running.
I've fallen off the treadmill before.
It looks so hard, that treadmill.
Look at my knees. I have fallen off the treadmill before. I was talking to a guy actually. It was a long time ago. Anyway, so do we have any questions for the chat room? As this is our final time that we'll have to do this
We're gonna miss
time. I'm
You
gonna
gonna
miss
host
you
again, Caroline?
guys. You know,
You gonna host again?
I'm actually working on some projects. I don't know
That's
if
enough.
I am able to. If I'm able to, I will. However, I have some like really amazing things possibly coming up, and
Evil Dick will be back in your seat.
I want to like share it with you guys so bad, but I don't want to jinx it. So it's you guys when you guys will know. You will definitely know when you see it.
You better tell
Survivor.
I'd like to know just from everybody's behind the scenes what everybody's favorite production moment was. If they had, production sticking their nose inside of your race, what that moment looked like, or even if there was a moment.
Wait,
there
what's
must
that?
have been a moment. There must have been a moment when production stuck their nose inside of your race, where they were just there and you're just running this race and they're telling you no. For me, there's many times that the cameraman would put his camera down and say, I'm not going to go anywhere if you don't listen to me. And he start eating a candy bar in front of my face. I thought that was kind of, yes.
You bring that out in people, John.
No, it's just I'm running a race and I know they're making a show. They just
I think consistency behind the scenes with the production, because they hire all these assistant production people to follow around on some of the tasks, and these people are just kind of brought in purposely for that reason. And I knew, for the small amount of time I was on the show, that they were just inconsistent.
Nobody had problems with their cameramen?
Oh, I had a huge argument in Vietnam. The guy said he was going to penalize me.
Okay, well, there you go.
Well,
they would do that. They would tell, I would be speeding, and the camera, he'd pick the camera up, he'd go, slow down, and then he would film the speedometer.
You knew there were some camera crews you didn't want to get. I mean, you just knew it when they started flipping them around. You knew there were certain guys you didn't want to get, and you knew certain guys would run hard and not bother you.
That was a big deal.
Somebody had a great. Somebody did have a great question in the chat room, and I just saw that. Let's see. Sorry, can't even find it now.
Oh, now her camera comes into focus.
Valerie's making pig noises.
I can't find it now. Yes, I'm done moving. Somebody asked me if I was done moving. I did finish moving.
That was your good question.
No. There was no. It was actually a really.
I'm done moving. Thank you.
Oh, here we go. No, listen. So
Great
somebody
question.
asked, does anybody know how many more seasons they have?
Endless.
Because I know that they just re-signed because they weren't going to continue
for 2 years.
After our season.
I think they do it by a year basis. I think. I mean, I think as long as they have viewers, they'll keep doing it. Yeah.
Survivor gets 2 years, and we get 1 year, which is 2 seasons. So they've upped it for 2 seasons more.
Well, I think it's going to be hard to cancel a show that wins the Emmy every year. I think they'd have to wait till it got a little stale, and that didn't happen.
And with that, we're all infamous until the show goes off the air. We can always have shows like this and forums and discussions. The moment we're off the air, then no one's going to think about any season.
Yeah.
No, I still think that we'll still have some fans no matter what. I mean, I know you guys have met some of the more colorful fans. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Well, I'm a fan of yours, Eric.
Of yours and your girlfriend's.
Thank you. I love that guy.
Yeah. I'm on that, Ray. I'm on
So
that.
there's another. All right.
Ray, I'm so far behind the 8 ball that you're gonna have to just send me an email to fill me in.
I'll call you or text you.
Okay.
Another question. When do you guys think the next All-Stars would be?
Why do they need it?
No, I think they're
there'll
gonna
be a
do an
winner
All-Stars
season.
of all the winners.
Why? Well, you want to see a bunch of millionaires running around?
It's gonna be the king, the crown, the crowning
I think
moment
they
of all the
will.
winners.
That takes away so much from the whole
I
point of the
agree.
show. You have no
I
Kentucky
didn't
team.
say that I wanted that. I just think that that's what they're gonna do.
I don't think, even having been able to lucky to run All Stars, I don't think All Stars is as good a season. I think it takes so much away when it's not the first time running it. It's just not as fun.
The novelty of it.
Yeah. I will do it again now.
You
I wanna
know,
run with
they. Me too.
Make
Get
sure
that
to
knee
look
better,
in the
Ray.
camera.
We'll do
Eric's
it.
won
I will,
before.
I will.
Yeah, I'd run with Eric. He's won.
Eric,
He's won
be sure
before.
to look in the camera and say it again to CBS.
I don't know if CBS
Oh,
likes
is
me.
CBS watching?
Why would they not like you? Oh, I want to know.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. You know
doesn't like
They
CBS.
like you. They had
CBS
you on
doesn't.
twice.
CBS doesn't talk to you when you're done, so you have no idea.
There's no aftercare program, man. There should be.
Yeah.
You know
Call you,
what?
check in with you.
Bertram doesn't talk to us.
They're not calling Kentucky team? Are they calling the Kentucky team anymore? What's going on?
Hey, they were great in Miami last year. They were.
No, for sure. They were. It was good. It was a great party for sure. If you missed
Rosie's
it,
gonna give this Kentucky team a house.
Who is?
Rosie O'Donnell.
Again?
Just joking.
Oh.
again.
Again, they did it to David Mary.
That's why I said it.
So, are there any more questions for the chat room? Because we're going to get ready to wrap this up. And will Ray do the show again?
Would I do the show again? Oh,
Yes.
Wow.
yeah. Yes,
Nice.
absolutely. And,
And-
Survivor I'd like to do.
Survivor, yeah, I think, yeah, that would be a fun one to do, but I don't know.
Ray, did you apply to Survivor first? Is that where you're
No,
your path?
actually, I was
Louis
referred to
did.
Survivor. And
I did too.
I was
I was
an
Survivor
alternate.
guy.
I was supposed to go on, and somebody stormed in the office and demanded they were on instead. And at last minute, I was referred, and they replaced me. I was an alternate.
That's my story, man. That's the same story I got.
But I didn't go on The Amazing Race due to that. They didn't call me back or anything. We went through the process completely fresh from the beginning.
Yeah, well, we did. Yeah, I agree. But they told you to send a tape in with somebody.
No, they didn't. This
No,
was
they didn't?
actually Dina sent the tape in for Survivor. They told her that they
Ah.
felt she'd be better on the race and she needed to get a partner. And
Oh,
they
I
recruited
see.
me. She recruited me.
Oh, I got you.
So any announcements? Oh, I did talk to Ethan and Jenna, and Ethan's doing so. So let's, send them all, keep them in our prayers and make sure, he gets through it. Anyways, and anybody else have any other announcements?
I would just like to hear what Zev has to say.
I want to hear what Zev has to say too.
Justin's been quiet this week too.
I know.
Just chillax, man. That's the way he rolls. He's got shit going on, Justin. The kid just made a movie, man. He just don't want to say
We
it.
got a lot of people.
Justin Michael Blancato says hello, and says hello to everyone.
No, he knows. It's to Justin.
Mallory, Kevin White wants you to answer his Facebook message that he sent you
that's
weeks
creepy.
ago.
That's creepy. That's creepy.
Okay.
Creepy.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question. Speaking of Facebook messages, do you guys have a friend named Corey Welch on Facebook? Anybody?
I don't.
I don't know.
Why?
This because he sends me every time I go on there at all. It's like, hey bro, what's up? Hey bro, what's up? like it's like I'm not kidding you. I have like 1,000 hey bro, what's up?
I've heard.
I don't even go and chat. He'll go on with like if I'll post on a friend's picture, he'll be like, hey bro, what's up?
I've heard Zeb use that name before. I've heard Zeb
What's his
actually
name?
use that name.
His
That name
name's
before.
Corey. I'm sure you won't accept him if you don't want to be bombarded with shit.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Dad, come say bye. They're getting here. My dad's decided to rejoin. Zeb's
Is
on
there
there,
a
and
test?
Justin, Eric.
Hey, Zeb.
Hey,
Justin.
Gary.
Hey, Gary.
Oh,
Hey,
Hi,
Gary.
Zeb
Gary.
said, hey,
Gary, I need more moonshine.
Yeah, me
Gary,
too. The
you
apple
Oh, I
pie.
need moonshine, Gary.
I thought you were an apple pie guy. Hey, you
Yeah,
heard
I
what
apple
am.
happened to
pie.
Cat,
I need
didn't you?
more apple
But I
pie.
still have the clear stuff. I can't drink it because it's too strong.
But I
tell you.
figured out how to make apple pie out of the clear stuff.
We're making some
It's
more,
not
I
that
think, this
funny.
week, guys.
I need some moonshine. I haven't had.
Is that a pig?
Is that what is that? Is that a dog or a pig?
It's a baby pig.
No
No, it's
way.
not. Is it?
No, it's a bug.
I want it.
Oh, it's a
got a
pug?
pig for a
It
pet.
looked like a pig.
It's my running buddy.
Oh, I want a
We'll
baby
see you moonshine for
pig.
sure, Kaylani.
It's not really a pig. It's a pug.
Yeah. It's a pug?
Yeah.
It's still cute.
Are we
I like
done?
animals either way.
Are we done?
Okay, and you know what? We're gonna
It's
go
like,
ahead.
I'm out of here.
I'm trying to get any final announcements besides the fact that we want Mallory to go around the world for free.
Oh yeah, I met
Burton
Alex
just
with
got married.
Jeff and
Who did?
who?
Burton.
Burton.
Burton got
From
married?
Survivor, Burton.
Survivor.
Yeah. Nice.
Speaking of
Yeah,
around the
Mallory,
world
what's
for
up
free,
with Around the World for Free, Mallory? I saw you with some pictures, Alex and Jen and Jordan,
Yeah.
eating pizza
Some
or
of
something.
the running. I think that they may do it in the fall though. Yeah, we were eating pizza. Jeff and Jordan are doing a cool new show too. So I met up with them and we talked.
What are they doing?
and hung out. Like a kind of across the country move from one side to LA. So it's kind of just like stops everywhere. It's a cool show. But yeah, so I hung with Alex. It's good.
Another reality show.
Yeah,
That's Uncle
it's Uncle Lance.
Uncle Lance. That's what Zeb.
Anybody else have
Announcements?
any other announcements? Anything you want to
Yeah,
bring up?
Eric, Mandy will bring her sister to Florida.
All right,
I'm
perfect.
going to eat my dinner.
All right,
Sam's gonna eat his dinner.
Get out of here.
Eric, I did see the picture of you passed out at the reality rally with your hand in your crotch. I was trying to
Yeah.
get them to bring it up.
It's protection. You never know who's gonna try and do stuff when you're sleeping.
I tried to get Patrick to pull it so that we could put it on for you, but
Yeah,
I don't think we found it.
That's not a big deal.
And somebody wants to know if you have a Twitter. I know you don't.
I don't. There's actually a fake one. It's like the real Eric Sanchez, but it's not me.
That was probably Ryan set that up.
Yeah. That was. I think I know who it is, but there's some pretty fun stuff on there, but it's not me. So I don't have a Twitter. I'm not that interesting. I don't need to tell you what I'm doing all day, every day. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Well, okay. So we're going to
Thank you
sign
for
off
having
for the
us.
final one. You guys, thank you for this entire season. Like, I enjoyed chatting with all of you guys and gonna miss you guys. And, you know, maybe we'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll have a little bit of time to host next time, or maybe not. Maybe one of you guys will be doing it. You never
Justin
know.
I think you should sign Zev. Zev's the host.
He left. He's eating his dinner.
Oh.
Justin and Zeb will do it, though. Justin and
Do
Zeb.
it. Yeah, we'll take the reins.
How about that?
Or Ray's
All
girlfriend.
right. So,
Yeah.
Is that Lance?
I love you, Ray, man.
You're gonna
I'm
hang
glad I
out
met
with me
you
and
on this
Eric
thing.
at one of these reality.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. I can see that. I can see that.
all right. So thank you guys. It was good to talk to you guys, and thank you for the season. And
Yeah, thanks everyone for
gonna-
watching.
Thanks, Jaylani.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye,
Kaylani.
kids.
Bye, Tracy.
Bye. Thank you so much.